Have you ever prayed and felt like heaven was silent? Like you're speaking, crying out, begging for an answer, but all you get in return is silence? Have you ever wondered, God, are you even listening? Do you see what I'm going through? Why do you answer others, but not me? Did I do something wrong? If you've ever felt this way, I want you to know, you are not alone. Many of the greatest men and women in the Bible went through seasons where it seemed like God was silent. But what if God's silence isn't rejection? What if it's preparation? What if it's a sign that He's doing something bigger than you can imagine? Does silence mean God has abandoned you? We live in a world that moves fast. We expect instant answers, instant results, instant breakthroughs. But God doesn't work on our schedule. Think about this. Has God ever been late? Or is it possible that His timing is just different from ours? In John 11, when Lazarus was sick, his sisters, Mary and Martha, sent a message to Jesus. They were desperate. They knew He could heal the brother. But Jesus didn't go immediately. He waited. And while He waited, Lazarus died. Imagine how Mary and Martha must have felt. If only Jesus had come sooner. Have you ever felt that way? God, if you had answered me sooner, I wouldn't be in this mess. If you had stepped in, I wouldn't be hurting like this. But Jesus wasn't late. He was waiting for the right moment to show His glory. And when He finally arrived, He didn't just heal Lazarus. He resurrected him. What if God is delaying your answer because He's planning something greater than what you asked for? What if God's silence is your greatest test? Think about Job, a man who was faithful, righteous, and devoted to God. Yet, in one day, he lost everything. His wealth, his health, his family. And in the middle of his suffering, God was silent. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're doing everything right, but life keeps getting harder. Like no matter how much you pray, nothing changes. Job's friends told him he must have done something wrong. His wife told him to curse God and give up. But Job refused. And in the end, God restored everything he had lost twice as much. What if God's silence is a test of faith, just like Job's? What if the very thing you're struggling with is the thing that will bring you into your greatest blessing? Could it be that God is speaking, but you're not listening? Have you ever asked God for an answer and then gotten frustrated when you didn't hear anything? But let me ask you this, are you really listening? Or are you too distracted by the noise of the world? How often do you spend time in silence, just waiting on God? Or are you always rushing, filling every moment with social media, entertainment, and distractions? What if God has been speaking, but you haven't been still enough to hear Him? Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Could be that God is waiting for you to be still, to turn off the noise, to put aside your worries, to truly listen. The truth about God's silence, here's what you need to remember. God's silence is not His absence, it is with you even when you don't feel it. God's timing is perfect. He is never late, never early, but always on time. God's delays are for a purpose. Sometimes He is preparing you for something greater. God is working behind the scenes. Just because you don't see Him doesn't mean He's not moving. God will never leave you, even in the silence. His love for you never changes. Hold on to His promises, because He has not forgotten you. Meditation, finding peace in the silence. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine yourself walking through a desert. The sun is hot. The journey is long. And you feel exhausted. You look around, searching for a sign of water, a place to rest. But all you see is endless sand. And then, in the distance, you see someone standing there. You walk closer. And as you get near, you realize it's Jesus. He looks at you with love and says, "I have never left you." Feel His presence. Let His peace fill you. Even in the silence, it is there. Challenge, trust God even when you don't understand today. I challenge you to trust God in the silence. Maybe that means praying even when you don't hear an answer. Maybe it means worshiping even when you don't feel like it. Maybe it means choosing faith over fear. Whatever it is, take that step today. Because because your story's not over. And God is not done with you. Call to action, declare your faith. If this message spoke to you, comment God is still working below. Hit the like button if you believe God's timing is perfect. And share this message because someone else needs this reminder too. God's silence is not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of something greater. Amen.